Welcome to the channel. Now, I decided to do a little update on my 78 F250 because a lot of things have changed on it in the past, really the past couple weeks. But we also have a name change on the channel. I went from my name, Ben Parker, changed over to Benji the Builder. I don't know, thought it stuck for a little bit. But now I'm kind of changing to do for the Parker Motorworks. That is what my little side hustle is called, I guess. And with that name change, I figured I'll do the new updated look on the truck because this truck's always just been the reason why I do anything with vehicles anyway. And it was the profile picture, whatever, on YouTube for a while, so I figured I'd do a little update to see what it looks like now. So in the truck, I have a 351 modified. Now, it was said to be rebuilt. I don't know if it ever, I mean, I know it's been rebuilt. I don't know what the specs are on it. But, here we go there. I've always had plans of swapping out this motor to honestly just put a diesel in here. Kind of fell in love with the sound of diesels and the way they work. I'd love to see one in this truck, but I've never really had the time in, like, ever, actually, to finally do it. So, at some point, that will be a change in the future. Now, if you guys remember before, I built this bumper back when I was in high school. It was part of a little independent study project. At the same time, I built that flatbed. Now we've added sides. I like it. I painted it the matte black the other day because I just left it white to try to hopefully push me into painting the whole truck. I want to paint the whole truck, and I was going to leave that white just to make it look ugly, to make me like actually find the time and make the time for myself to paint it, but it's probably not going to happen this summer. So I just went ahead, painted that, and then I got tired of the stock bumper. So I built this bumper, and it had a bigger spike and like a hoop. I mean, it was probably, I don't know, yay high. It was cool, I liked it. But I was tired of that look. That's why I went back to the stock bumper. But I also fried this winch, but it seems to be working now. So, I don't know, threw it back on there. That's like the cheapest 12K winch you can buy. And I thought I killed it, but I don't know. Came back from the dead, I guess. So I cut my spike down, and then it was left with just his bottom. It kind of looked like a bull, or not a bull, like a boar in his tusk. I didn't like it, so I cut down my old hoops that went over the top and made that. Now, if I really was getting picky with it, I'd do it again. Let me zoom out a little. There we go. Because just this one's higher. As you can see, it got a little... My angle cut was not great over there. I like how this one turned out, for better or for worse. So, zoom back in. So anyway, that's mostly I'm just too lazy to cut that and re-weld it, or cut it and then recut it and then re-weld it. Too lazy for that. So maybe at some point if I break it, or pretty much if I break it, or if I get really bored, I'll do something about that. I kind of went through, cleaned up the frame. Being up in Maine, we have a lot of road salt. I don't drive this truck in the winter. I did this past, I don't know, was it April maybe? There's a little road salt left on the road. I was just itching to drive it, and I drove it a little bit. So then I decided to go ahead and repaint the whole frame. I pressure washed it, I cleaned it up, and then repainted it. That's just matte black spray paint. Honestly, it's the best thing to do is just spray paint it, because I used chassis saver years ago now, and it's all just flaking off, and a lot of it, like you can see those drips, and that's all from the chassis saver. Pretty much I can, like, if I got those little loose, I can pull it. This thing will pull up in giant sheets of just with a fluid film. Just gave up. Not cool. I don't like it. That was one of my first times using it, and I would never do it again. I do like spray paint. Spray paint's good. if it gets nicked or scratched, especially with the back body here, where this is like a work truck, it gets beat up. I throw shit in the back here. I do not care about what it looks like at the end of the day. That's why if I scrape it, it's great because I just spray it with black spray paint. I don't have to get any fancy colors and match anything. But this is the bed sides I decided to put on it. I like the flatbed, but I was sick of having to strap down every single thing I put back there, else it would just slide away. So I wanted sides, that's what I went with. I think they're 17 inches tall, and I just had spare square tubing I made work in there, and I threw that strip. That way, straps, like regular flatbed straps with the big hook, not like a hook, but like the big flat bill hook dealio, can slide into there, and I can strap anything that goes over top. Next thing I need to do is just get some D-rings and throw maybe three aside, just down low on the side here, along it. That way, if there's anything a little lower, I can just strap across there, make it easy. Headache rack I want to change at some point. I've wanted to do that pretty much ever since I did it. I also want to mount a spare tire somewhere. I was going to throw like an old wheel hub that I had from a 70s truck and weld it to the side there and mount my spare 37, but I think it would just stick out way too much to, I mean, it'd be fine, especially on this side, but just one of those deals. I don't really want to do that now, so I think I might modify my rack to go up over the roof, and then I'll mount my spare tire up there. I think that's what I'm going to go with, but we'll see if I ever find the time or the care to do it. This is the rear skirt. I really like this. I did this on purpose to make it look like this. I just like it. I like the round lights. I do wish I made it a little deeper, but that's, another task for another day. I added, to pass inspection, all I needed was this light, and so I put a light in, wired that in, and I wired 2 red marker lights on the sides. I made these orange ones. There's 5 of them per side. That one got painted with the white, but I kind of scraped off the lens, so it's okay. But anyway, I'll turn the lights on here at some point so you guys can see those. Up front, just stock lights. I have the LEDs I used to run in the bumper and the grill because I wanted to keep the LEDs, and I wired those into the high beam, so when I click onto the high beam, those turn on. Pretty slick. I need to get some fog lights in there because I still can't see shit at night. So I'm going to get some like street legal fog lights so I can have those on all the time. It'd be great. I welded this hitch receiver in there. So before I just had a regular ball hitch up there, and I didn't have a winch on my trailer. If you want to see how I mounted that winch on the trailer, you can go check out that video. I don't know how to do the whole fancy things in the corner. So anyway, I used to just throw a regular hitch up here, hook in my trailer to the front of it, and I used to winch whatever piece of shit I was bringing home that day, and pull it up onto the trailer. That's how I used to run that. That's all. I also liked having my spikes so tall because my shackle, or my snatch block, that's the word, or pulley, whatever you wanna call it, was up higher, and I can pull stuff down over, so my rope or my cable at the time was never really chafing on the trailer. It went right over it. So that was pretty slick. Now I did just paint the top of my rad support with the matte black spray paint. That wasn't getting rusty. It was just kind of like dusty, I guess. It was just like the light tan and just from over time. Not a big deal at all. I just wanted to paint it to match it. Kind of looked like this. I want to paint the rest in there at some point. Now I also have traction bars. I bought those from Far From Stock. Pretty good kit. I like that little plate they have. Really, I don't know, it looks nice to me. Painted it blue. I don't know if this is like an actual Ford blue. It comes in a Rust-Oleum can. It's pretty sweet. But I also painted my drive shaft way back when I first built the truck. And then my shock hoops are also blue. This one used to have a third one, but it hit the pitman arm. Took it off this year. The other side has 3 though. But I bought those in Far From Stock. I think those are just the 60-inch ones or the 72s. I don't remember. It was the longer ones it had. It was probably the 72s. and mounted that there. Ideally, I would have shortened up the tube a little bit so that all my angles were the same there. It's what I should have done, but hindsight, it was one of those afternoons I just had to get it in because I needed this thing to work the next day, and or else I was never going to put it in. So they ended up like that. Maybe someday I'll cut and re-weld those mounts a little further back, and I'll cut these rods so that they're parallel with my drive shaft. I think it'll look nicer. Besides that, I don't really do any hardcore off-roading with this truck. It is lifted on 37s, but this thing is just my workhorse. It's always run. It's always been reliable. I can do whatever I want with it. I can go anywhere with it, and it's just kind of the ultimate work truck to me. I'm going to keep modifying it. I got to put a slip tank in the front here for our machine so I can just have a tank for diesel all the time. And then I want to get a toolbox. I want to get one of those bigger knack boxes. I'm looking for a wider one to see if I can fill out the whole thing. If not, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm either trying to find a slip tank that's really thin and tall to run back here, then my knack box up front, or my knack box running one side and my slip tank just a small one, kind of just like a big square, a small square or rectangle, to fill the void that it would be left. Anyway, that's my plans for the bed. To add on a little bit, sway bar is still in the front. I took the rear sway bars out to mount these traction bars, and they helped a lot. This truck used to have a lot of hop on like takeoffs. It just would hop all the time, so you kind of gain speed, and these really stopped it. It's a lot better to drive, and it's a lot more enjoyable to drive. Now, inside, I have my winch controller. Ran through a hole up by the fuse box. It's magnetic. I just stick it here. It lives here its whole days. That way I can winch from inside. I got this radio from like Custom Cars or Car Custom something. I don't remember. Besides that, stock interior except for the seats. These are out of a 96 F250. Love them. One of the better things that are done, having the bucket seats. Just so much more enjoyable to drive, and they're a little taller. You can see a lot better out of the windshield, but it's little things. But I'm also not that tall, but sometimes when I get in, like I'm almost too tall for it, and I'm only like 6 foot with boots on. So if you're a tall person, you probably won't enjoy driving this truck the way it sits. Anyway, I'll turn these lights on for you. I used to have my toggles and everything running there, but I took those out a little bit ago. Anyway, that's what all these guys look like. I really enjoy the way those came out. I just gotta twist them. Not that the camera can see. But anyway, this one's like, they're running this way. This one's like a little flatter. That one's running the opposite direction, kind of. They're just kind of like strips. But we can move to the back. Got my 2 marker lights and my license plate light. I think it came out pretty slick. It works for what I want it to. And no, I enjoy the way that one came out for sure. But anyway, back to the lift. This thing's on 37s. It's on a 4-inch rough country lift and then a 3-inch body lift. It's almost too short. I want to go a little taller at some point, but that's one of those things that'll happen a lot later. I really want to throw bags on there and then go a little taller, but we'll see. Ideally, I want to throw 40s on here at some point. Probably once these military tires wear out, I'm going to just ditch them and ditch the wheels because they're 16.5s. I really don't like these tires at all. I had BFGs. They're actually my motor holders now that are all worn out. Those ones aren't. But back there, I got 2 more. Then I have the one that was probably the better shape mounted to a spare. And that spare I was going to use for the truck. But those BFGs, they ran so much better. Smoother, quieter, and they look better. They have a real sidewall, sort of. These ones don't have any sidewall. These Goodyears are garbage. They ride like shit. They're loud. they suck. But at a time, I didn't want to buy new wheels. I just needed rubber to work. So I got these, picked them up from somebody local, whatever, 99%, but we'll see. At some point, I want to throw 40s on here and throw like methods. I think those would be probably the perfect wheel, or a set of like welds. I love the old welds wheels, so maybe welds or a set of methods are probably the route I'm going to run on it. But just want to do a little overview of the truck. I haven't really done too many videos really on it. The thing is, I don't do anything with it, like mechanically, and the only place I ever go with it's work, and so I don't really have a lot of video opportunities with it because it's never broken. I did the wheel bearing, and all I had to do was tighten the spindle nuts, and that was fixed. The wheel bearings were fine. So really the only time I ever have an opportunity to take a video on it is when I'm modifying it, because it's never had an issue. So anyway, video's long enough at this point. I gotta trim the front a little bit, make it a little shorter of me just walking around. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see anything in particular about this truck, you want to see me do anything with it. Like I said, pretty much just go to work. I'm trying to make it so I have a little more freedom with my time, so I can do some fun stuff. But regardless, this is the truck. This is the workhorse, and it's my quest to build the ultimate work truck that will never fail. And so far, it's done pretty well. But thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in next time. And we're on our quest to almost 200 subscribers at this point. But hope name change is good with you guys. Let me know if you like it. I changed the profile picture to my sort of sticker card deal. But anyway, thanks for watching.